I haven't been this excited about using an iPhone honestly ever since the release of the iPhone 10 way back in 2016, so it's been quite some time. I've been running the beta version of iOS 18 on my iPhone 15 Pro Max for the past little while, and I gotta say, it looks like Apple is back once again as a top contender with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So in this video, let's review the iPhone 15 Pro Max from an entirely different lens almost 1 year later.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall.
How's it going, everyone? My name is RJ and this is the iPhone 15 Pro Max. About 4 weeks ago, I took the plunge and I switched over to the iPhone from my S24 Ultra to, see what all the iOS 18 hype was all about. But more importantly, just to daily drive and experience the 15 Pro Max before things get crazy around here. The Z Fold 6 is around the corner, Google just announced a Pixel event for August, lots of things are happening, so make sure to subscribe. Things are about to get wild. Coming to the 15 Pro Max from the S24 Ultra, I gotta say this is the more comfortable phone without a doubt. The rounded corners and the titanium frame make the iPhone 15 Pro Max feel like a well put together phone. In the hand, especially with extended usage, the 15 Pro Max wins out in overall comfort and the design department. The display isn't as bright as the S24 Ultra's panel, and we're also missing an anti-reflective coating. But quite honestly, I have no issues while using this display outdoors. The brightness in most scenarios have been good enough for me. I would, however, love to see Apple add an anti-reflective coating on the upcoming iPhone 16 Pro. The coating does help reduce glare in a lot of different lighting scenarios, which in turn just makes the viewing experience a whole lot better. And then we have USB-C. Such a minor change with a major impact. Honestly, I didn't expect the addition of USB-C to be such a big deal on the iPhone. But man, this has completely changed so many ways on how I use my iPhone, especially when it comes to content creation. USB-C is kind of a big deal. I can record ProRes log footage directly to my phone using my DSLR's SD card, and then bring back that footage to my MacBook and edit away in Final Cut Pro. There are not too many phones out there that can do that. Or let's say you can't be bothered to do all of this color grading. There's a new recording app called Kino, which adds a color grade over your Apple ProRes log footage, and the cinematic look you can get from your iPhone will actually shock you. Take a look at this footage. It looks like it was shot on an RE camera or something seriously more expensive. Even if you don't like Apple or the iPhone, you gotta admit this is impressive. And the thought of just being able to use my iPhone as a content creation toolkit is actually insane. I recently picked up this MagSafe tripod from a company called Ozbot, and I take this thing around with me everywhere I go. It's compact, it's portable, and you can extend the height up to 6 feet, I believe. You simply snap your phone onto the back of this MagSafe suction cup. This is a very strong suction cup, like your phone isn't going anywhere. And the thing is, you can get some really cool angles with this tripod. Perfect for beginners who want to start taking social media a bit more seriously. Some of you guys may have watched my earlier videos back when the iPhone 15 Pro Max was first released. And at that time, I did experience some serious overheating issues. I took my iPhone back to Apple, and a few replacements later, I got my overheating issues kind of sorted out. I say kinda because my third replacement would still randomly overheat, but not as much as the previous two. However, many months later, the bugs have been ironed out, and even on iOS 18, I haven't experienced any overheating. Like today, it's 32 degrees Celsius outside, and yet my phone is able to remain cool even while I'm using it outdoors. So an awesome job by Apple on sorting out all of their thermal issues, even if the update did come many months later. I still can't get over this, but being able to customize my iPhone now is so unlike Apple. But to me, it's an important change that signifies a big transition is yet to come. On iOS 18, you can pretty much move apps anywhere you want on the screen. You can tint your icons, you can even run a dark theme for your icons, and on iOS 18 Beta 2, even third-party apps look a lot better now. Still a ways to go, but you can see the improvement here. Widget customization has also improved. You can now resize any widget now without having to completely delete the widget and then add it again. So widget resizing and positioning is a lot more fluid now. But here's the key takeaway from all of this customization. All of this flexibility now makes using an iPhone as big as the iPhone 15 Pro Max a whole lot easier. My most used home screen apps are all on the bottom of my home screen, making it much easier to reach and access whenever I want. Pretty much this change makes the iPhone a lot more usable than previous iterations, which is a weird thing to say, but it's true. I also have an accessory here that's going to make using your iPhone a whole lot easier. This is the Torras O Stand R, a very nice looking clear case with a 360-degree magnetic rotatable stand that's also compatible with MagSafe accessories. No, I mean seriously, this thing is really cool. Torras is the pioneer in the creation of the round stand phone cases. The circular ring around the Apple logo gives this case a nice aesthetic appeal with with convenience. And what I mean by that is whenever you need to set your phone down, just pop this ring out, rotate it to any angle you want, and enjoy using your phone as the iPhone 15 Pro Max in landscape or portrait orientation. The rotation on this ring is actually super smooth. Like, I can spin this thing around all day. And the ring can also be used as a ring holder, which in turn makes holding and using your iPhone a bit easier. You get these really nice clicky buttons that can be swapped out for any color you want from this pack. You get 1.5 millimeters of raised protection, perfect for keeping your phone screen from touching surfaces. You have nice raised camera protection, and overall I gotta say this is one of my favorite iPhone cases. If you don't like the clear case look, you can go with something like this. More of a dark mode kind of case, offers all the same features, just a different color tone. For Amazon Prime Day, Torras will have some amazing discounts. If you guys want to learn more, check out the link in the description below, and thanks to Torras for sponsoring this video. So on iOS 18, I've been really digging the redesign of the control center. It's a much welcome change. I still don't like the Vision Pro inspired circular icons, but I'm willing to let that slide because the customization is so useful. I spent some time with the control center and I set it up in a way that's convenient for me. I have the voice memo, screen recorder, and the quick note icon set up on the bottom of the control center. This layout is very convenient for me for whenever I'm on a phone call and I need to quickly jot down a reference number or something like that. And also having multiple control center pages is also super useful. Just swipe through to navigate the control center. And the recurring theme here seems to be personal customization. I get to customize the iPhone in any which way I want, which honestly makes it feel like an Android. And as primarily an Android user, I've been loving this change. RCS support was also briefly mentioned in WWDC, and if you blinked it, you probably missed it. With iOS 18 Beta 2, RCS is here. It's not working quite properly yet. Some people are reporting that it's working and others are saying that it's not working. Either way, this should have been implemented a long time ago, but I'm happy that it's finally here. My wife is an Android user and she tells me every day that she will never switch to an iPhone. And the only way of really communicating via text with my wife on an iPhone is to use RCS. You can now send high quality videos and photos without having to use third-party apps. It just makes communicating with my wife and other Android users that I know all the more convenient. Now, as an Android user, I've experienced the benefits of having AI on a smartphone, and it's impressive. Circle to search, transcribing voice memos are all features that improve the quality of my life. And it's nice to see Apple joining in on all the fun. I think the craziest thing about Apple Intelligence is that all the processing is done on board the device. None of the commands are sent to a third-party server. This makes using AI private and secure. Yes, ChatGPT will have access to Apple servers using the cloud, but I am curious to see how Apple handles this from a privacy perspective. There is no denying it. Apple Intelligence is going to be a game changer for many reasons, and I, for one, cannot wait to try out a supercharged Siri come this fall. Exciting times. Through all of the updates, the camera quality on the iPhone 15 Pro Max has held up nicely. The cameras on this phone really surprised me on my recent trip to Japan. I'm currently in the midst of framing some of these shots and putting them up in my home because they look that good. It's hard to believe that these pictures were shot on a smartphone. Now, if you're contemplating between the iPhone 15 Pro and the iPhone 15 Pro Max, let me tell you, the 5x telephoto on this phone is a game changer, especially for travel. Sometimes you just want to be able to capture that cool shot of a famous building or something without having to walk all the way up to the building. With the 5x lens, you're able to capture shots from a distance you never thought possible from your freaking smartphone. And you're really not losing out on quality that much either. Like, you gotta admit, these shots on the 5x telephoto are really impressive. Overall, fantastic cameras on the iPhone that work well with social media apps. You don't miss out on quality if you use the camera within apps like Instagram. Whereas on an Android, despite the big claims and the updates, this is still an issue. Battery life surprisingly has improved on iOS 18. This is a beta version of iOS 18 and I'm seeing some really good improved screen on times, like close to 7.5 hours per day, which is about an hour more than what I was seeing on iOS 17. So keep it up, Apple. And then there's something else that I've noticed. I've complained about this for quite some time, but the reception on this phone is also now better on iOS 18. I'm seeing more bars in areas where I was only getting a single bar, so some serious improvements here on iOS 18. I started off this video by saying iOS 18 has me hyped for the future of the iPhone, and iOS 18 is a big reason why. Apple is making all the right moves and we the consumers are reaping the benefits. This update has me super excited for the iPhone 16 Pro, and just last month I was saying the iPhone 16 is going to be another boring cookie cutter iPhone. But here's the thing, Apple Intelligence is going to change everything, and I for one am super excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and drop a like on this video. If you made it to the end of this video, drop a dolphin emoji down in the comments below. I would love to know who my true supporters are. And as always, don't forget to flex with your supercharged Siri tech. The future is going to be either very scary or a complete utopia.